Welcome in, everybody. I'm Will from MNS, and today we are going to be talking about the New York Jets' biggest offseason acquisition, Will McDonald. Okay, I'm kidding, of course. Like, we all know their biggest offseason acquisition. We know who he was. Anyway, before I cry, let's talk about Will McDonald, because I actually think he shares a lot of striking similarities to another Will in this past NFL draft. Now, you're probably watching this and you're thinking, oh, well, he's talking about Will Anderson, right? He's talking about the other first-round edge rusher named Will. That's the obvious connection. Wrong. You look so stupid right now. Like, seriously, you should see your face. You look so dumb. No, I'm actually talking about Will Levis. And not just because Will McDonald, the edge rusher, and Will Levis, the quarterback, have like very similar height and weight, but actually because they're two football players named Will, whose tape you can't watch without proper context. With Will, if you've seen the Will Levis video, which please, if you haven't, please watch my videos, please. If you've seen that video, then you know Will Levis in his time in Kentucky saw a lot of staff upheaval, roster turnover, and such, and it led to a really weird 2022 season that defined his draft stock in an objectively negative way. With Will McDonald, it's a little bit different because it's not like staff upheaval. It's more the fact that I think he would have benefited playing defense literally anywhere but the Big 12. And I don't mean that in the way that like, oh, Big 12 defense, you know, like people say who don't know what defense is. No. But I mean that in the sense that at Iowa State, they run a lot of 3-3 stack. The basic gist of it, you would have 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and the rest are defensive backs. But really, it's actually an avenue to get more defensive backs on the field because I guess it was apparently their answer to the spread offense. Anyway, basically the fact that Iowa State specifically ran a lot of 3-3 and specifically a lot of Will McDonald as a 5 or a 4-eye, and this one's the craziest one, every now and then as like a 2-eye, was absolutely baffling. It did not fit his skill set at all. And when I say baffling, I don't mean in the sense of like, oh, you have this one player fit your system around that. I know that's not how it works, especially in college, but and it is also possible that Will McDonald as a straight up 4-eye was better than anybody else they had to fill that role. But I'll tell you what, that is not his skill set at all. Will McDonald, in my opinion, is the definition of a speed rusher. He is a freak. I mean, he's not a powerful guy, but he is speed to power personified. He did not get a lot of reps as a true edge rusher. He was lining up, for the most part, as a 5 and a 4-eye, which, if you don't know, it just means you're really close to the offensive tackle, which obviously means you're kind of in a phone booth. You can't create a ton of power, or you can't do a lot of speed to power, and it also limits your finesse ability because obviously you have less room to work with. So to me, that kind of role is for a player like Yetur Gross-Matos. His skill set, in my opinion, would have been perfect for what Will McDonald was asked to do the majority of the time. That being said, Will McDonald was like at the time like 6'3", I think, probably about 250 by the end of the college football season. He's less than 240 now, supposedly. He is a speed guy, and we know that because the times where they did let him actually stand up as a true pass rusher, as like a typical like 7, you know, he was stellar. I mean, like some of these reps, you look at it and you genuinely think to yourself, what else could this offensive tackle have done? You know what I mean? And he's not like going against slouches either. Like, he had some really good tape against, and I'll put it up on screen, but Anton Harrison, who I know opinions are split on him, but he is an NFL tackle. You know, he was a highly touted prospect, and I mean, Will McDonald a couple of times just embarrassed him. And truth be told, he just jumps off the screen whenever he actually gets to act as a true pass rusher. And that doesn't even just apply to his college tape, because he also went and backed up this narrative at the Senior Bowl. He absolutely dominated against really the best of the best seniors. And also at the Senior Bowl, he demonstrated another thing that you can kind of pick up on through the tape, but I mean, it's not just like straight line speed. It's not just quickness. His change of direction skills, I mean, they rival some of the wide receivers in this draft class. He's 6'3", 240. Like, he is an absolute freak. And that he's going to the Jets, where it is my guess, and I'm just going to throw this out there, I don't think they're going to have him lining up head on over NFL tackles and guards. Something just tells me they're not going to use him the way Iowa State did. I'll leave it at that. He might not be an every down player, but I'll tell you what, like, this is a guy that I think absolutely could become like a premier third down pure rush kind of player. Will McDonald is a freak. And also, the scariest part of this all is I say that, but even in the weird way that he was used at Iowa State, he started to succeed within that. The fact that he was in a situation that really did not benefit him at all, and he still succeeded and still popped when given the chance. I mean, Will McDonald might be scary. I'm not outright saying he's like the best edge rusher in this class. He might be the one with the highest ceiling, though. Like, I love Will Anderson as a player. I really do. Will McDonald is special. Like, these kind of athletes do not come around often. Like, I just don't know how to. It's probably the title of the video. Will McDonald is a freak. I don't know how else to describe him. He's ridiculous, and Jets fans are gonna love him. I'm gonna love watching him because I'm obviously gonna be watching Jets games. You know, just reminiscing about the good times. Anyway, again, before I start crying on camera, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a ton. It helps me out a ton. I just like it when you do it. Make me happy. You just make me happy. Also, if you enjoyed the video, there are plenty more like it on the channel already, and there will be plenty more in the future. If you have any specific players you'd like me to talk about or give my thoughts on, please leave them in the comments below. Leave your thoughts on Will McDonald in the comments below. That being said, I'm Will from M&S, signing off.